Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. My name is Haley Ngo, and today's story will be The Curse of Mittavinda-Chapter 2, Greed. Interpreted by Venkumbuddha Piatissa, stories told by Todd Anderson. Little did poor Mittavinda know that his lives of constant hunger were about to come to an end. After wandering about, he eventually ended up in Benares. At the time of the enlightened being, he was living in a world-famous teacher in Benares. He had 500 students. As an act of charity, the people in the city supported these poor students with food. They also paid for the teacher's fees for teaching them. Mittavinda was permitted to join them. He began studying under the great teacher, and at last he began eating regularly. But he paid no attention to the teachings of the wise master. He was disobedient and violent. During 500 lives as a hungry dog, quarreling had become a habit, so he constantly got into fistfights with other students. It became so bad that many of the students quit. The income of the world-famous teacher dwindled down to almost nothing. Because of all this fighting, Mittavinda was forced to run away from Benares. He found his way to a small remote village. He lived there as a hard-working laborer, married a very poor woman, and had 2 children. It became known that he had studied under the world-famous teacher of Benares, so the poor villagers selected him to give advice when questions arose. They provided a place for him to live near the entrance of the village, and they began following his advice. But nothing did not go well. The village was fined 7 times by the king. 7 times their houses were burned, and 7 times the town's pond dripped up. They realized that all their troubles began when they started taking Mittavinda's advice. So they chased him and his family out of the village. They shouted, "Be gone forever! You are nothing but a curse!" While they were fleeing, they went through a haunted forest. Demons came out of the shadows and killed and ate his wife and children, but Mittavinda escaped. He made his way to a seaport city, and he was lonely, miserable, and penniless. It just so happened that there was a kind, generous, rich merchant living in the city. He heard the story of Mittavinda's misfortunes, since they had no children of their own. He and his wife adopted Mittavinda for better or worse. They treated him exactly as their own son. His new mother and father were very religious. They always tried to do wholesome things, but Mittavinda still had not learned his lesson. He did not accept any religion, so he often did unwholesome things. Some time after his father's death, his mother decided to try and help him enter the religious life. She said, There is this world and there is one to come. If you do bad things, you will suffer painful results in both worlds." But foolish Mittavinda replied, "I will do whatever I enjoy doing, and become happier and happier. There is no point on considering whether I do what is wholesome or unwholesome. I don't care about such things." On the next full moon holy day, Mittavinda's mother advised him to go to the temple and listen all night long to the wise words of the monks. He said, "I wouldn't waste my time." So she said, "When you return, I will give you 1,000 gold coins." Mittavinda thought that with this money he could enjoy himself constantly and be happy all the time. So he went to the temple, but he sat in a corner, paid no attention, and fell asleep for the night. Early the next morning, he went home to collect his reward. Meanwhile, his mother thought he would appreciate his wise teachings, then he would bring the oldest monk home with him. So she prepared delicious food for the expected guest. When she saw him return alone, she said, "Oh, my son, why didn't you ask the senior monk to come home with you for breakfast?" He said, "I did not go to the temple to listen to a monk or bring him home with me. I went only to get your 1,000 gold coins." His disappointed mother said, "Never mind the money. Since there is so much delicious food prepared, only eat and sleep." He replied, "Until you give me the money, I refuse to eat." So then she gave him the 1,000 gold coins. Only then he gobbled up the food until all he could do was fall asleep. Mittavinda did not think 1,000 gold coins were enough for him to constantly enjoy himself, so he So he used the money to start a business, and before long he became very rich. One day he became known and said, "Mother, I have 120,000 coins. I am not yet satisfied. Therefore, I will go abroad on the next ship and make even more money." She replied, "Oh, my son, why do you want to go abroad? The ocean is dangerous and it is very risky doing business in a strange land. I have 80,000 gold coins right here in this house. That is enough for you. Please don't go, oh, my only son." Then she held him and keeping him from leaving. But Mittavinda was crazy with grief, so he pushed his mother's hand away and slapped her face. She fell on the floor. She was so hurt and shocked that she yelled at him, "Be gone forever! You are nothing but a curse." Without looking back, Mittavinda rushed to the harbor and set sail on the first departing ship. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.